What the fuck is going on, squad? Skeletor here, WTF Vapors, doing a little bit of a juice review. Unfortunately, our time is coming to an end with Detroit Rock Candy. Finally, we have Mrs. Bruce, or Caitlin, whichever way you want to roll with it. Now, Mrs. Bruce reads as sugar-covered gummy peach. It's definitely that. As a matter of fact, I think that this is the most on point with their descriptions of all the juices.
Absolutely.
What do you think, bud?
I love it. I mean, I could definitely vape this all day. It's nice and smooth. I like the peach flavor because it's not super potent, but at the same time you throw in the sugar and give it that peach ring feel.
It's like that sprinkled sugar on top
middle of the night drive on a road trip, you stop and grab the bag of peach rings to keep you awake. Oh yeah. Yeah,
that was... Peach rings and apple rings were definitely a staple on my road trips.
Oh yeah.
Definitely a staple. And the fact that this tastes spot on like the peach rings makes this my favorite flavor out of the entire line. I was actually reprehensive about it when I first read the description of it because I've seen peach rings tried a couple of times. Failed miserably. Failed miserably. Like I wouldn't even put it on the WTF scale, failed so miserably. But this, I mean, the cloud production, let's check this out. I definitely give the cloud production a solid 8, not as much as the Stella. It seems like the Stella had more production than this, but the flavor is on point. I give the flavor a 9.25. The only reason why it's not a 10 is because there's very rarely anything else on this earth that is going to classify as a 10. You're always going to find something in it that you don't like to bring the scale down, and to me that would be I would like to see more of the peach flavor as an aftertaste. It's one of those when you blow it's gone. Kind of like the John for a $10 hooker. Once they blow, they're gone. So, I mean, we've had flavors like that in the past where as soon as you exhale, the flavor's completely gone. It's not even there. But that's the only thing that brings it down. It only brings it down 0.75 on the WTF scale. I give it a 9.25. It's solid. What about you? What about your scale?
Clouds, I'll give it an 8.5. It's still there. It's not super harsh on the throat. It's a nice smooth flavor. Flavor-wise, I'd give it a 9.25 as well. It's really good, and like you were saying, it's really hard to. Some of the candies that we grew up with, you remember that for years.
Oh yeah.
You remember that for life. And to get something that just instantly, the second it hits your taste buds, you're like, I know exactly what this is. That's rare.
Right.
Especially in vape. And I mean, that's the thing I like about vape is that, there's a lot of different ways. Some people might not like it as much and they like other peach ring flavors,
Right.
And it's like everybody has that little category they fall into where they're like, okay, this is the one. And for me, this is the one. This is that one peach ring flavor that just, on the in and on the out, it's peach rings. There's no...
I agree.
No other way you can describe it. So I definitely give it a 9.25 on the flavor scale.
Excellent, excellent. Well, Detroit Rock Candy, you got a 9.25 on Mrs. Bruce. Your flavors have been pretty well on point. There wasn't that much of a bad stigma coming out of this entire line. We've reviewed juices before to where it's made my stomach turn. And
there are definitely some out there.
And, with us being WTF Vapors, we're going to make you say what the fuck. We're going to give you a no bullshit review. And when the juice in particular that made me say on camera that it made me nauseous, I'm glad that we're done with that review because it gives us cool shit like this to review. And I want to thank Detroit Rock Candy. Jennifer, you are the woman. You rock our socks. We appreciate you hooking us up with this line of juice for purpose of review. And as I told you via Facebook, it's going to be a no bullshit review, and that's what you got. All 6 of these juices, if I were to put it as a whole and judge it as the entire line, it gets a solid 8.5 from me.
Absolutely.
Gets a solid 8.5. So with that being said, we are going to give you a fuzzy, fuzzy, fuzzy peach ring from Detroit Rock Candy. Goodbye. Now, if you would like to leave a comment if you tried this, below. All right, just click that little subscribe button. Leave your comments below. The subscribe button is going to be somewhere beneath Panda. And find us on Facebook if you haven't already. WTF Vapors is our name, making you say what the fuck is our game since May of 2015 and hopefully for many more years to come. On Instagram, I'm Skeletor Vapes.
I'm Panda Cleek.
If you have an email that you would like to send me, whether it be a question, a comment, a concern, something that you would like to see me review, please feel free to do so. skeletorvapes@gmail.com is how to reach me. So we are going to give you that fuzzy peach ring with the little sprinkle of sugar on top. Goodbye. Let me go ahead and I'm going to juice up real quick because I have a feeling, nope, we're good. We're good. Let's give you that goodbye, shall we? Peace out, y'all. Oh, it's so fuzzy.